All right, so we had a problem because things went very wrong. Very, very wrong. Now, if you're a bladesmith, you know there's times when blades have a mind of their own. Now, is this some kind of supernatural voodoo? Who's to say? Knives have been around a long time, so who can really tell? But with this knife build, it had a mind of its own. Now, as you've seen in the videos, the forging and everything went well. The blade is perfect and very beautiful in the end, which you'll see here in a minute. However, the handle, the guard construction was miserable. Even though the blade turned out very well on this one, I actually thought about destroying it because it pissed me off that much. It took everything I had not just hit this blade with a power hammer. And that's where the knife spirits come in. There has to be something controlling all this because the knife has a mind of its own. You can plan, but things always happen. All right. I've tried making this once already. Got a little too emotional. So let's try it again. What do you think? There was problems. Things went horribly wrong with this build. Not with the Damascus, mind you, or the blade. Those turned out beautifully. Love them. Couldn't ask for anything better. Beautiful pattern, great design, solid billet. However, when it comes to the guard and the handles, those weren't so great. You know, sometimes I feel like when you're building a knife, it starts creating a mind of its own. It starts telling you what it wants instead of what you figured you wanted to have it look like in the end. And by that, what I mean is I've made 3 guards for this thing and went through 3 handles and 3 pommels. First one, I got the guard all done and everything. Went to fit the handle and realized I did not have enough room on each side of the tang to drill the pinholes to keep the handle in line. So I was like, all right, it happens. You know, a little mistake like that. It was very little room that I needed. Shit happens. So I went to the next one. I built another guard. Made it a little shorter because I was like, doesn't need to be so big. I wanted it to curve down slightly on this side and swoop up with nice beautiful curves to guard the hand. But as everything was going great until I started cutting these little divots in to give it some artistic flair. So what happened? And I don't know, I've never done it before. I'm guessing I forgot to lock the mill head in, and the head dropped just enough to make my cutouts go too close to the tang for me to use the guard. I tried to recover, I tried to modify things, but it just wasn't working out. So, second guard out the window. And with each guard came 2 different handles. This is my first block. Drilling down through it, drill bit decides it doesn't want to drill straight, takes off down to the side. So it drills crooked to the block and almost comes out the side. I might have been pushing too hard, you just don't know. Maybe next time I use a thicker bit so I know it doesn't curve as much. Maybe I try not to drill all the way through the block in one run. We'll see. So that block's out. I can still use it for pocket knives, things like that, something with a little retang or just scales. So I had this beautiful block of curly birch. Both of these are stabilized wood. Now this one should have turned out beautiful. I was looking forward to it. As you can see in the video, I had it almost done, almost totally complete. But right at the end, when I was doing some final grinding, wanted a little bit deeper finger grip in this one. I went too far. I messed it up. I got too aggressive and ground in close to the tang. So this beautiful block of wood that I had, which 50 bucks, ground to nothing, out the window. It's sad. So sad. So where are we at now? We have my son's knife ready to go with a handle and guard and all that. So you might see that one finished in a year or so. But for now, I was frustrated, didn't even bother filming the rest of what I was doing to this knife. So now you just get to see the final result. It's very sharp, so I gotta watch myself. So we went with a leather stack handle, different shape pommel, different guard, the whole handle, totally different than what it originally was gonna go with. So if you wanna see this in more detail, check out the video. It'll be posted right after this one. Luckily, the frustration and anger from the build of this blade has gone away now that I see it complete. So make sure you check out the video I make for this knife and let me know what you think. Till next time, Ironhead Forge out.
Alright everyone, we have both these blades all finished out to 200 grit. One has a hollow grind, one has a flat grind. Both have false edges on the back and little extra details. Now it's time to get to wet sanding, which, you know, sand by hand like that takes forever. So we're gonna really fast forward this or skip a lot of it. Alright, the way you use this, just unscrew these. Slide your thing in. These rubber pieces will keep your blade from flexing. I usually just lock this one down. I don't really normally mess with the back one. And then you can spray it with water, soapy water, and start sanding. Don't jerk it off the edge. I turn it like this, just slightly. That way you still got a lot of surface over here and out here. See what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. And that way it's not rolling over this. Because if you keep it at a diagonal there, you're still getting what you need. Got it?
Yep.
That's why I turn it like that and go back and forth. Don't stab yourself.
All right.
Be aware where that's at. I don't want to use up all my super glue.